And we're not technically live, but we're live. It
We're
always
live, we're not
confuses me.
live. Howdy, howdy, everyone. This is Random Nerd.
And Meg Opinionated, and you're here with us on Truth Talks. Yay! Woo! I just like imagine all the cheering in the background. It's like, yes, oh, thank
Right,
you, thank you. Let me
right.
go.
Well, this is what, the first Truth Talks of the year?
It is. Because
Yes, well, Happy New Year,
we
everyone.
suck. No, I'm just kidding. No, we had that really great conversation with our friend Birdie, who came on last week, which you can watch that episode. It's exclusively on Rumble. It is a really hot and heavy episode, and
It
there's
is.
definitely going to be a part two.
There will be a part two, and it's more than just what everybody thinks. There's more nuance, and we'll dive into that when uh, uh, when we can. So
Right?
it'll
Yeah.
be soon.
And part two. Part two will definitely it'll be fun. I don't know if we're gonna go live that day or if we're just gonna I don't know, maybe we will because it was such a good episode. So maybe we'll do that live and that'll be on Tuesday. If not, if we don't go live, it'll definitely be up the following day.
Yes.
So on Wednesday.
Well,
Trust me.
lots of interesting things going on, don't you think?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. And we just need to figure out who's wearing masks and who's not.
Do you, and that actually brings up a really
Get right
good question.
into it.
Do you think masks are being used right now?
Yes, definitely. Definitely. Um,
That said, let's dive into it.
so, I have two different reports here. So in 1970s, apparently we started our CIA program to be the masters of disguise, which I think is so funny. So I'm like, wasn't there a movie about that? Huh,
There
interesting.
was actually.
Yep. And so it says 1970s, but then for the funding and getting the approval, I guess, took a while. But in the 1990s is when we officially had our CIA masks. And these masks were so good that and so easy to be put on that you could slip them on and be somebody else in less than a minute. All you had to do
Yep.
is slip it on and make sure that it's on your face properly. And one of the things, because she's retired now, right? What's
Yes.
her name?
The lady in question is former CIA chief of disguise. The lady's name is Jonna Mendez.
Yeah,
JONNAMENDEZ. And we'll get more into that shortly.
definitely. Um, but she said that in one of she's done tons of interviews over the last I want to say over the last like 10 years. She's done so many interviews. um and one that I have actually is an interview that she did on CNN, or not CNN. Psh, psh.
Right.
what what am I doing? CBS. So
See,
that's the interview that I have where she talks about it. And the reason why I wanted to bring that up is it is a noise. It is a noisy place. No, it is a news channel, and I want to you know because sometimes bringing up documents only does so much for people, and they don't want to go looking for the documents. They don't want to do all of this, but if they might see CBS on it, it might be more believable for some people. So I was like, I'll bring it up. Why not? But there are tons of interviews of this woman talking about how they had the biggest budget for to be the master of disguises, which I think is so funny. Um, but like they had a huge budget, and they worked with people in Hollywood. They worked with makeup artists, but like the biggest thing that they wanted for these masks was they wanted it where you didn't need a mirror to put it on. They wanted you to be able to slip it on and hide if need be, and they wanted it to be able to fit into your pocket. That also blows my mind. Like this man, and like somebody, causing some trouble could just be having a mask in their pocket and change who they are.
Right.
So I'm gonna bring up this video while my computer is working. So let's bring this up. You can find it on TikTok. You can find it. You can go to anywhere and look up CBS interview with former CIA disguise. It's just so crazy. So let's play this. Listen to it. It's about a minute and a half long. Don't worry, we won't take too much of your time. I'm gonna mute just in case.
Lifelike realistic are the masks? If you were in the room with this person wearing the mask, would you notice that it's a mask?
You would not notice unless you told a really hysterical joke and the person couldn't laugh hysterically. It had limits. It'd smile, couldn't laugh hysterically. I wore those masks in a couple of pretty tight situations, and no one knew until I announced it.
Jonna, is it right that you wore that in front of George H.W. Bush, and could he tell?
I did wear it. Brent Scowcroft was in the room, Bob Gates, John Sununu. No one else had any idea until I took it off.
No idea. I had no idea.
So you did it just to show them that this was possible, is that right?
Absolutely. I wanted the president to see that we had taken disguise to a really dramatically new level.
Did you take one home as a souvenir? Are you in that? Is that you? Are you in there? Is that you in the mask?
This is just me. In the image, yeah, that's me. Taken off my head.
What?
And John Sununu had not been listening. He'd been working on his own notes. So he just glanced up when I did that, and he let out this funny little noise, like not a shriek, somewhere between a shriek and a squeak.
How lifelike?
That's wild.
That is crazy beyond belief. And just to think, that was the 90s.
Right, that was the 90s. And it's like
That was the 1990s. And to think that was Master of Disguise.
right. Now I gotta look up when that movie came out. Look at me with my real-time research.
Early 2000s, if I'm not mistaken. Or it could have been the 90s.
I don't know. That's
We're doing live searches, so just bear with us.
So it came out in 2002.
2002.
Mm-hmm. That's
Stop telling us our age.
right. Wow. Wait, is it really 2002? That's crazy. That's wild.
And what was one of those interviews that she did that Hollywood came to her division?
I don't know when Hollywood came to her division exactly. I know because like there's so many conflicting things. Like as I was saying, that this program started apparently in the 70s is when they started really like the funding and getting, and working on it. and they weren't at least told to the president that we actually had them until 1991, which is when she had that conversation that she was talking about in the interview. That's 1991. And then 12 years later, we have 2022 or 2002. Geez, 20s fucked me all up. Which it's like, how much of this, like, did we have before? Like, how and how are these masks now?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Right.
the quality of them, I'm sure, is better than the 90s. And I've been seeing videos of different people who have, these high grade masks. And I actually, while I was doing some of this research, I saw one for Trump, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah. Now here's another thing. So if you look on the sharing window, I actually have a CBS news article on it, and I just highlighted something if you want to bring that up.
Let's see, during the interview on Wednesday, Mendez said some of the high tech. Oh, God. Reading is not my.
No. Okay, so basically, it references Mission Impossible. In the Mission Impossible series, we do have your the masks that we just saw, but also the voice changer uh, circuit label across the throat.
Huh.
And this was Mission Impossible.
Right.
So putting 2 and 2 together, you think it's possible?
Oh, absolutely. I think it's absolutely possible that JD Vance is Erica Kirk right now.
Right.
Sorry, I had to bring that up somehow. No, which I've been talking a lot with some people on TikTok lives lately. Did you know that AI, a bunch of different AI, friggin' whatever they're called, AI platforms, whatever, are saying that everything since since Charlie Kirk died that Erica's been in is actually JD Vance in drag.
Interesting.
I think it's funny. But there's a couple of videos that I've seen, like the first time that she was on Charlie Kirk's show, where she's like standing next to his chair, and her chin just looks so large. It's like, girl, when did you get that fat? Because you're definitely not that fat. Are you trying to cover up maybe a beard?
This also brings into question with the Biden administration as well. Because there were numerous instances of, never confirmed, but there were numerous instances of somebody else wearing a Biden mask.
Right. And it also, it kind of reminds me of, this is kind of goofy, maybe not really a TikTok thing, but it also reminds me of Goosebumps. How there was that mask, there was that one story.
I know exactly what episode you're talking about.
And like, so it's like, how long have we been able to do this is really like my big question. And how good are they now? I mean, like, obviously they can't be that good if Biden was supposedly wearing one, because that's, alleged. A lot of conspiracy theorist people believe that Joe Biden wore a mask. There also is a bunch of AI things saying that he only wore it for half of his presidency. Kind of funny. Also would make sense of why they would need an auto pen.
Oh my goodness, this is gonna bring up some right. This is gonna bring up. I just looked it up. This is gonna bring back some memories. Hold on, hold on.
Oh, I love it.
The
The fun we
goosebumps.
have here.
This. Okay, people. Yes, I am showing my age here. Give me one moment.
At least we're old enough to actually know technology, you know?
Right.
It's too bad.
All
I'm
right,
gonna
it's
show
ready.
you. All right. Yes, the haunted mask, part 1. Yes. It's exactly what I was thinking of. Like, and you would turn into a monster and stuff. Like, obviously, I don't believe that shit's true, but like, I do believe like that we've had these sort of masks for a while. And what is that? 1995 that episode came out? Yeah. The same timeline ish, and that I just it blows my mind. Blows my mind that because like obviously Hollywood, they they have makeup artists, like we know, about all of that. That shit is so terrifying.
Okay, I'll stop. It's giving me the creepers too.
um we all have nightmares now. um but no, like the real big question is, how long have we been developing this? Has it been through Hollywood and their, makeup and stuff like that? Or has it been, something else? And like how far has it advanced?
I fully believe, and this is my own opinion. I fully believe that we have been uh, Mission Impossible level, including the voice changer circuit strip across the throat.
No.
Since the 80s, at least, the funding, like you said, was the 70s. They had to perfect it, but I want to say since the 80s, and it was only the 91 or the 91 exposure with Bush Senior when it was officially, hey, this is what we have.
Right. Like, and I also, if this, because like when you look it up, like, because I looked it up, when did the CIA start making masks? They say 1990s. So it took them 1 year to be able to fool the president with a mask.
I would give it some extra time. I would give it at least two of 5 years at most.
Right.
With their kind of funding, I could see some extra research just to perfect it.
Right. Like, which to me makes sense. But the fact that it just says 1990s, like it doesn't say 1990, it says 90s. So it doesn't give me a definitive time. Then I believe in another interview with her, she talks about how it was started in the 70s. So it's like, well, which is it? Which is it?
For the sake of sanity, let's just say the 70s.
Right.
I
think
was considering we're at 250 for America's birth. I was gonna say 76.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would absolutely think that makes sense, especially like they need time to perfect it. They need time to make it. They need to figure out, the quality and everything like that. And especially even at the time of when she went to see the president, you could fit that mask in your pocket.
Yep. I think it's saying 5-second mask.
Yes,
So
5 seconds.
10 seconds if you wanted to get it extra on, but it's saying 5-second mask.
Right. And I don't know if you have it or not. I know I don't, but there is another interview that she does where she's talking about, the 5-second masks and how easy it is to be put on. But she also talks about central casting. And the central casting is how these masks are made. And she talks about how you would need some sort of dentistry chip.
I did see. I think I saw a video. Either you sent me a video or I saw it on my own. But
Yeah. But that I find extremely interesting because it also makes me wonder, okay, if you're making these masks to, cover up your identity, how many people are out there that you could pretend to be their identity?
right. And here's the okay, people. So bear with me. Here's the extended nuance. If what we're talking about is Mission Impossible level, and this was the 90s, the 1990s, what makes you think that they're not still doing it now?
Right. And also, do you know when this became declassified?
Good question. When was it officially declassified?
Let's see. Sorry, live research, guys.
Oh, this is good, actually. And this is something that each of us want to share with you is that we research a lot of different things, so a lot of these surprises are good for both of us. And this is where we want to share with you that you don't need to know everything. I certainly don't, and I never claim to know everything. While we do a lot of research, there is a lot of unknowns that bring up more questions. So what Meg is doing right now is looking up the declassified date. And you know what? I never did look it up. So this is something new for me.
Here we go. Some more conflicting information. The CIA mask became unclassified as part of the agency's declassification efforts, which began in the 1980s.
What did I just say? I was just talking about so the 70s, 76 about, and then it would take about what 5 years about to perfect it.
I would think so, at least. Like between makeup artists and figuring out different stuff to use for that and everything. So I feel like it would definitely take a while.
Yes. Now here's an extended question. Who was
Good.
involved? And putting your brain cells together, was Hollywood, was any makeup industry that was
Yes.
part of Hollywood involved? Because
Yes.
there's some
Definitely.
really good makeup and costume designers in Hollywood. Some of the top makeup and costume designers in Hollywood. Were they involved?
I
Were they doing it
I
as
would assume.
here's an extended question to that even. Were they asked to develop for research purposes, not even for not even research, were they asked to do it as a side project simply because of whatever filming project it was?
Right.
So it's a lot of questions, but it gets to the nitty gritty.
It does. Yeah, I can't find an actual it when it became declassified. Like other than that, like one thing, but in the 1980s, that's when the pushback was coming onto what was classified as the classifications of classified, which we kind of already went over. The people were pushing back in the 80s, like, bro, like, what the fuck is this? How you gonna hide information from us? So like we kind of know already about that, but like when did the masks itself become unclassified? And from what I'm seeing, it seems like 2023 is really when it became unclassified.
Public knowledge.
Yeah, like at least the documents of it. Because like I know for sure that these interviews with this with fuck, I forgot her name already. Oh, Jonna, with her, she's done so many interviews over the last, you know, five, I'd say 5 to 10 years. She's done tons of interviews on the news, in documentaries. Like she's done all kinds of stuff to out this information before the documents. Like that's kind of odd.
I'm gonna share something, and I find it brings up a lot more questions that
Oh,
something
man,
that
I
we've
love
already
this.
discussed before. So go ahead and bring it up.
All right, I got you.
Okay, this is on DuckDuckGo, people. So I just typed in when did CIA masks declassified,
Yeah.
and so you got your CIA, and then oh, it tells you right there on the right side. What do you see, Meg?
Um, the well, I see MK Ultra.
Yeah.
So why is that like and I've noticed that too. That any time like I'm trying to look up stuff that's like unclassified or when it was classified, MK Ultra always comes up.
Yes. So again, listeners, people, audience, all I did was ask CIA masks.
Yeah.
That's all I typed in. I would say everything started with MK Ultra, and while maybe not the funding or the actual project itself, the idea of it.
I love that it said at the bottom of that first thing, the like AI review or whatever. At the bottom of it, it says allegations in the 1970s. At the bottom, it's like the last paragraph.
Yep.
Yeah, mid 1970s. Like that's just wild. But yeah, there's MK Ultra again. And then like when I was doing the research, it's like to make a FOIA request of how to get these, or it brings me up to like brings me to like a bunch of stuff that we've like already shown on this show. So it's like, so when did it officially become declassified? Like that's quite interesting.
Oh, so the question is, what makes you think that any sort of rough masks during the whole human experiments wasn't used in MK Ultra? What if not just the idea of rough, when you write a rough drafts, you have brainstorming. What if you had your rough masks and human psychology messing with the human brain, they had rough draft masks in Ultra.
Definitely.
And it was slowly perfected over the decades.
That's wild.
So this isn't some conspiracy level. This is just, hey, these are the facts. We're connecting the dots, and these are some additional questions that could go back and, as I said, people, it's just questions. That's all it is. It's just questions. It's just connecting the dots.
Right. You know those games where you connect the dots? I loved those when I was a kid. That's probably why I'm a conspiracy theorist.
Yep. And that's the other thing. When you start off, when you start off what, the first 5 or 10 dots, you see something. You don't know what it is, but you see something. And that's what we're doing here. We're just connecting dots. We don't have the whole picture. We're just connecting dots.
Because like, I mean, honestly, I think like the majority of these CIA projects are somewhat connected to MK Ultra. MK Ultra is basically like their number one, and it has to do with almost every single other project that they do. Why wouldn't, or like having people in these, I'm thinking I'm on TikTok. I was about to say smugs. These people on drugs and, hallucinating and, maybe taking off the masks to see how people would react to it, why it would be somewhat connected or something. Like, I don't know. Like, that's, oh,
No,
it
you're,
just gets
no,
deeper and deeper.
and this isn't conspiracy. These are known facts, declassified information, and all we're doing is connecting the dots. Should
Mhm.
any of this be full of charges? Absolutely.
Oh, definitely.
But again, let's just say that Biden himself, and I'm just blowing the air right now. so bear with me. Let's just say that Biden wasn't him, and it was a Dave, the movie Dave,
That's a good
and
one.
yeah, that one's a while back. But this follows along with the masks. That
Right.
if this was an actual cover up, all of those involved should be criminally charged.
I agree. I agree.
Now,
Which,
that's it. We could be having, and like Meg said, I mean, we could have JD Vance in drag to show with Erica Kirk. We could have an Erica Kirk who's not Erica Kirk.
right.
We could have the entire U.S. government,
You
including
could,
Trump
you could have a
himself.
president
who's
who's not
not-
actually a president. And I think that's the like most concerning about this is that like if these masks are this good, if and can be fooled, anybody can be anyone. And like
Exactly.
the people who have like these masks available to them would be Hollywood for movies, of course, to tell us the truth. And then the people in our government. So that's a scary realization that like somebody could just be playing a part. It also reminds me of you're gonna laugh at this nerd, but it reminds me of an episode of The Simpsons when you're supposed to vote for your party and they're like, oh, but this one is an alien, and they rip off their names and they're like, we're both aliens. It's a two-party system. You got to vote for one of us.
I know which episode you're talking about. Yes, people, I'm telling my age, so
I'm
quiet
kidding
down,
you.
quiet.
Right? It's all right. We're old. It's fine.
Oh, we're talking about the 90s and 2000s. We watched all of that. We watched Goosebumps. We watched Family
Right?
Guy. We watched South Park when it was still good.
Oh my gosh. I still think South Park is good. So maybe that's showing my maturity.
Right.
But
But the Simpsons, surprisingly enough, The Simpsons has been the most predictive accurate,
well,
which
you
is
don't even
very
get into
scary.
conspiracy
I want to
land.
I
Do
want to
you?
know who those writers are.
Right. And like honestly, to me, what I fully believe, like, because there's the whole like conspiracy that they're time travelers and shit like that. I don't believe that shit. I don't. I believe that they absolutely work for the CIA and this uh, synagogue of Satan, and that they are telling us the truth in their shows so that they can get away from it being evil.
Yes,
Because if
normalizing it essentially.
yes, yes, which I
So
think is wild.
yeah, Yeah, it is evil. So where we're going with all of this is, I know we've been back and forth on conspiracy train and what's real life, but
Right.
we're not talking conspiracy here. We're talking about declassified information, whistleblowers. We're
Mm-hmm.
connecting the dots here. And what my message to you is, the takeaway message is, if we are dealing with Mission Impossible level items as far as masks, disguise, master of disguise masks, a legit question. What makes you think that they're not in use today?
Right. And that's like, I think, a really good thing to point out, because like because I know she talks about in another interview, like when she left, not that the program was like shut down, but like that she left and like other people left, but like that doesn't mean that the program ended.
Correct.
Like,
It's just like
and
when the,
how
oh,
advanced is it?
yep.
And I know I've
It's just
said that
like with
before.
MK Ultra, the program was shut down. To our knowledge, the research was never destroyed.
Right. And it's like, if somebody has that power to just put on a mask, like what could they get away with? They could get away with just about anything, including pretending to be a president.
Yep. Yep. There was another movie that I saw that exemplifies, what is that? It was with Morgan Freeman. It was pretty much it's an older, more recent movie, but it's essentially elder, like your senior living individuals on pennies essentially, and they put on these masks. And I mean, they're goofy masks. They're your typical bank robbery masks. But
Yeah.
it's essentially, one of the underlying messages was that this other bank robber, he goes in, he has on a mask, he has on a tattoo, and then I think it was Morgan Freeman, but Morgan Freeman and the robber, they knew each other, but then the robber didn't have the the tattoo on, not the mask, but it was the voice. So unless you're connected, you can use your regular voice and they won't know. I
Yeah.
forgot what movie that is, but it was a little recent, I think. But I mean, let's put everything together. CIA masks, Master of Disguise program, Mission Impossible level, including, I'm gonna add it, including the voice changer circuit strip.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yes. And
Like,
even just regular voice. What makes you think that the CIA isn't doing a psyop right now
right.
to keep us divided?
Absolutely. And we were kind of talking about this before the show, of like certain things that are definitely keeping people divided, but I think this would definitely be one of them.
Yes.
We have the Charlie Kirk situation, which is still fucking odd. If you're with me on that, cool. Leave it in the comments. Charlie Kirk, odd. um, but we have that situation. We've got the Minnesota situation that's been going on, which, all the fucking fraud and crazy, the shooting and all of that. Like, to me, it's not hard to believe that we have paid actors to wear these masks.
Yeah.
And
I want to be very clear with this. Isn't Alex Jones level. This all of this is hard facts. All of this is just connecting the dots. I know I've been saying that a lot, but I want to emphasize that. We're just connecting the dots. We
Right.
do have our own opinions, which we've stated. If you if you have your own thoughts, by all means, share it with us. If you want to
Oh yeah.
bring the
Yeah,
email up,
bring-
share your thoughts with us. You tell us what your thoughts are with the masks, or really anything on the matter, whether opinionated, truth talks. We want to be open with you. We want to um, interact with you as our guests. If you want to join us um, for a guest interview, by all means, it's right there in session podcast at yahoo.com. And then we do have our own podcast, Mega Opinionated, any
Mhm.
donations, Cash App, Venmo, and then mine with criticalthinkingnerd.com. But, share us your thoughts. Are we
Absolutely.
living in a real life, live CIA psyop?
Yeah. So the movie that I think you were thinking of is Going in Style.
I think that's it.
Um,
It's with the it's a trio older guys, right?
yep. And basically, from from what I'm reading on here, you're never too old to get even, and it's basically like they need to pay bills, so they're all robbing a bank and stuff like that. But like, yeah, it's quite interesting because the masks that they wear, it also changes their voice, as you were saying.
Yes.
So I
Yep.
think there's a very big detail to these masks, because if they are such high level that, one, you can fit them in your pocket, pull them up, put them on without having a mirror and look great or look normal, and then have it be able to change your voice at the same time, like, what are the new advances since the 90s? Like, that's what I'm
Exactly.
curious about. Like, can you put it on and it can change your eye color? Can you put it on and, it like tightens to your face automatically, or, something of that sort? Like, there's all kinds of weird theories that I could get into.
Correct. Now
Um,
here's an added item, and this kind of goes back to Master of Disguise, but a little bit
mhm.
of real life uh, nuance. So in the movie Master of Disguise, there was a part to where the grandpa had a uh, body sizer. And it was pretty much just a bodysuit, and you would let out a little air in it, and it would make a small person big, pretty much
Yeah,
fatten you up.
right, like a fat
Hollywood has it. Yep, Hollywood has it the same, fat bodysuits.
Mhm.
Where I'm going with this is and bear with me on this, your cross-dressing bodysuits
Mhm.
for everyday people. I'm not saying that's what they're used for, specifically people. You can follow your thoughts with that. What I'm saying though is there are products of sort for everyday people that can be used, if not already used, in these government operations.
Right. I'm gonna have to look it up. Uh, mm, let's see.
And
Mm,
and to put it bluntly, this is a very scary thought. This is very scary thought process for real life
right.
situations. I mean, for for argument's sake, let's just say that again, for argument's sake, let's just say that Minnesota shooting was planned.
Yeah.
Just because of what we're talking about. The politics aside, this is on the masks.
Mm-hmm.
And Meg, you and I were talking about this beforehand with certain numbers, but as far as the CIA mess, let's just say this was all planned,
Right.
because of masks. Let's just say that anybody in government, federal agents. Now, by all means, these are real life people. I want to be very clear. These are real life people who have jobs to do. But it opens up a what if can of worms.
Right.
We're not saying not to believe anything. We're saying have some discernment. Do your due diligence. And yep, that's
I
it.
want to bring this up. Shallow Hal, if y'all remember that movie, where she, I can't remember her fucking name. She wears a big fat suit right here, and that looks real as fuck. Just in that photo, like that absolutely would fool you. And that's her, friggin' skinny mini. Well, here's a better one. That's her, skinny mini. She is nothing. And I remember she did an interview about her and how she got to put on the fat suit. And here's actually, let's bring this one up. Here's her putting it on and stuff like that. But like, I really want to emphasize the neck and face, how much they're able to add to her. Let's go back to this one because you can really see it here. And but this is the woman that we're looking at, and that's, yes, it's just a freaking movie, but if they can do this and make it look just about real in the movies, why can't the CIA do it with what they have now?
Exactly.
Like, and it's just it's mind-boggling to me how people they don't really take this seriously. And I'm going to go onto another serious level of this. What I said I wanted to end the show on. We have a few minutes to discuss it. But as I said earlier, I freaking forgot her name already. I was going to write it down, and I did. Jonna? Yeah.
Jonna.
So Jonna talks about how to do the central casting is they need a dentist's chair, which when I saw that interview, it immediately made me think of this. Immediately and if you haven't seen this, this is from, I believe, the ranch, or is this from the actual island?
Either way, it looks very disturbing.
Either way, very disturbing. And I would like to point out, one, there's the dentistry chair there. Like, obviously, that's some sort of, dentist chair. Obviously, there's other mat tables too here, and it's like maybe to get different positions that you can't get with the chair. I don't 100% know. I'm going to share this next one next. And of course, I was like, my computer is going to start being stupid now. No, it's actually been working pretty freaking well. So, and then there's this. These are the masks that are on the walls, which I find really interesting. The fact that he has a room with a dentistry chair with masks on the walls. Like, what are you telling us, Jeffrey? What are you telling us? that you were able to central cast people? Because but that it opens a whole other door of, did we actually arrest Jeffrey Epstein, or was it just somebody in a mask?
That is a very good question. And that even brings up, oh my goodness, this references so many movies together.
does.
The uh the Prestige.
Oh yeah, The Prestige.
The movie The Prestige. If you don't know what that is, basically it's kind of like The Mentalist, I think. Anyway, it's a magician, duo magicians, and unfortunately they have a fallout. But one of the magicians has a very good friend who puts on a mask, who does the magic tricks along with the magician, and then including making his hands and body the same as the magician. Towards the end, come to find out that the uh, magician's partner, the Fallout partner, arrested the wrong magician, arrested the wrong person. It
Uh-huh.
was the magician's friend, the first magician's friend, whom was arrested.
It's just like it makes you wonder. It really does. And like, do we have the real P. Diddy? Speaking of which, this is brand new information that just came out in the last couple of days. I don't know if you heard about this, but I would love to talk about it real quick. But 120 victims have gotten with a lawyer, and they are going for new charges on Diddy. And it is 120 victims that all were in different ages. More than half of them were underage. More than half of them went after the incident and had police reports made, and were seen by a doctor, and had drug tests done. So that's going to be fucking wild. Not going to lie. And the guy who is running it also said that with this investigation, they have more people that they want to bring charges to. And so within the next 30 days, there will be cases brought to them to be arrested, or at least brought into court. He said that he will not release this list until they know that these people like are basically either arrested or like in at least custody to be seen in court.
Yes. No, I can understand that.
Wild. Also, I don't know if you knew this. I think I told you this maybe before the show, but another wild thing that has happened, which also makes sense of why this just dropped too, but with everything that happened with Venezuela and everything, no ships or planes can leave Venezuela, and I think it's like 9 of the surrounding areas, and a bunch of these billionaires went on vacation to an island right next to Venezuela, and they are stuck there.
I did catch that. Yeah. So
So,
that questions, what are those billionaires doing there to begin with?
I mean, probably Epstein Island kind of shit. Like, let's be real.
I mean,
But
the message is have some discernment. You know,
oh,
do your
definitely.
own due diligence. You know, if you don't believe us, you don't believe us.
Right?
We
It's not going
challenge
to
you.
hurt our feelings.
You know, just do the research.
Definitely. And I also want to say one last thing on the whole Venezuela thing and these billionaires. So that's why I think it's so interesting that now these billionaires, and there's a lot of them on the side because they all go vacationing there, are stuck there. And now all of these charges, new charges are coming up to Diddy, and they said that they're going to have a list of people. I'm wondering if they're if Venezuela was done on purpose to lock down these areas because of these billionaires that are at this island, to kind of like lock them down.
That is a very good question. I look forward to researching more on that.
Right? I mean, you never know. You never know. We can have all the checks and balances and facts in front of us, but what's to say that we have everything that's not classified?
Yeah. And one item on that. So, not exactly politics, but kind of it's more of the history of the U.S. government. So I've been very critical about the U.S. Congress. Yes, the U.S. government has its own internal checks and balances, and we are seeing it play out. It might be straining a little bit, but it is working. The checks and balances of the U.S. government are working. Here's my critique. U.S. Congress has no oversight, has no checks of its own. There are internal, oversights of U.S. Congress, but we've got dinosaurs at play. We've got foreign allegiance at play. We've got lobbying at play.
Right.
Who's checking the U.S. Congress?
Right.
Who's checking the U.S. Congress?
I think it should be the people. Me personally, like call them up, fucking make sure that your voice is fucking heard. Go knocking on their fucking doors, email them, fucking drive them crazy with us annoying the shit out of them. Totally doing for that. But who is actually keeping them in check should be the fucking president keeping them in check. But,
I mean, we've got 30, 40 plus year politicians. We've got known insider stock trading.
Right.
There's known lobbying. I mean, for example, I'm not singling out, but this is part of an episode on my podcast. Bernie Sanders, he's critiqued millionaires before he became a millionaire himself.
Right.
Now he's critiquing billionaires, and lo and behold, he's got lobbying donation money from healthcare executives, the healthcare. So we've got lobbying. If you just follow the money and follow the cause and effect of these policies, who checks Congress?
Right.
They're supposed to check themselves, but their own enforcement is basically non-existent.
Right. And then I want to add back to the CIA masks. What's to say Congress doesn't have use of this either? Like, if you don't want to be at a meeting or something like that, you can't send your, person to go wear your mask for you so you can be there, not be there.
And
Like,
this
it's
does
used in
add,
so many ways.
yeah,
Very
this does add an extra
serious
layer of we've got Maxine Waters, we've got Chuck Schumer, we've got your 70s and 80s politicians there.
Yeah.
Who's to say that they're not in some Dave level, hospice somewhere,
Right.
similar to Kay Granger?
Right. That's a good point.
Again, this isn't conspiracy level. This is just, what if?
Right.
Because this is some very real and very scary stuff.
We should
as far as
start
the
a
maps.
new truth talks ifs. Truth talks if. Based off of real facts, and then elaborate on that. I think that would be super fun. Bring up a guest every now and again, and just play like truth talks if. That's so
Right.
funny.
Right.
But I want to mention before we hop off here is how alarming this should be to like everyone, like not like, because who has the power to use these? When is it considered appropriate? Like, I can understand if something happens at the freaking White House. Oh, Trump put this on so we can disguise you and get you out of here. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But like, there is no real understanding of what exactly these masks were made for and why, like what they are used for, like, and how it is used appropriately, which to me means there could be masks anywhere, everywhere. And if the rumors are true that because there's so many rumors of Jeffrey Epstein being involved with CIA, with being involved with Mossad, possibly even being involved with the FBI, like, and with the photos, we add, like, he could have tons of masks because he knew exactly how to make them.
Exactly.
Right.
And worst case, absolute worst case, they could be used right now against you,
Right.
the American citizen.
Right. And that's something too that I want to, that's why people are going to hate me for this, but whatever. This is also why the picture evidence with Jeffrey Epstein, with so-and-so and so-and-so, makes it even weirder, and having to understand, like, that he could have had this knowledge and this way to make his own. He could put you in any situation he wants you to. And what are you going to do? Refute the pictures? And that's where, like, AI is freaking whack. But like, at least AI, it's detectable. I think that's the word. Yeah, detectable. You can detect AI. You can figure out that it's AI. But like, if somebody's in a mask, in a vulnerable position, how are you going to know?
Exactly.
So, well, I'm going to end it on that note before I get to the IT guy. But thank you, everybody who watched. If you can support, all that stuff, definitely. If you're watching this on YouTube, check out the Rumble. That's where Opinionated really is exclusively on there. We're a lot better about breaking the rules and breaking the narrative on that show. This show is more of our YouTube friendly. If you are watching on Rumble already, let us know where you're from. Check out the email. If you want to come on, if anything you think we should discuss that we haven't, let us know. And yeah, we'll hopefully be back with Truth Talks next week. I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
So yeah, we'll see you next week. I'm Meg Opinionated.
And this is Random Nerd.